Episode 4! Alright, you guys know the drill. It's time for episode 4 of my 82nd Academy Awards video coverage. Let's get on the way. Alright, so the first category for today is Best Visual Effects. Personal favorite of mine. I've always loved visual effects from day one when I started loving film. And the nominees for this year in Best Visual Effects are Avatar, District 9, and Star Trek. Only 3 nominees, once again. My pick, to be honest, any one of those 3. I love visual effects, and I loved every single visual effect or effects in all 3 of these films. Star Trek, it had those kinds of visual effects where you don't really look for anything specific in them. All you want is to feel the atmosphere of space and the ships and, you know, the explosions in space and whatnot. So it did its job at that, and I loved the visual effects in that film. Avatar, it did something that I had never done before, which was to capture all the imperfections of a human and put them on an alien and make them as realistic as they can be, and it did a great job at that. And District 9 is the one that blew me away the most because the effects look so amazing, and the movie was made for only $30 million. The whole movie. Imagine how many of those millions were put into the visual effects alone. It's outstanding. Their pick, however, is more than likely going to be Avatar. I could almost put money on it. You know, it did something that all the other 2 did not do, and that is, you know, take a new look into visual effects. You know, far more than just motion capture. It did the whole, you know, with the camera, and captured the twitching of the eyes and of their skin and whatnot, and put them on the Na'vi creatures and made them outstanding. Alright, it was something that was never done before. I give James Cameron his credit, but at the same time I give even more credit to the artists and visual effects supervisors that worked their ass off into making these great visual effects for this film, and I really do think Avatar is going to take the Oscar for that one. Next category is Best Score, Best Original Score, or Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures Original Score. And the nominees are James Horner for Avatar, Alexander Desplat for Fantastic Mr. Fox, Marco Beltrami and Buck Sanders for The Hurt Locker, Hans Zimmer for Sherlock Holmes, and Michael Giacchino for Up. Now, 2 of these people, Alexander Desplat for Fantastic Mr. Fox and Marco Beltrami for Buck Sanders for The Hurt Locker, I have no idea why they're in this category. Both of those movies had very, very, very little music in them, and the only one that had actual really good music was The Hurt Locker, although I was disappointed to find out that the music that's playing during the end credits is not by these 2 people. It's by a band named Ministry. So there were some points deducted for that. But I was very surprised to see them in this category. Same thing for James Horner for Avatar. Okay, yeah, his score was great, but James Horner did it again. He ripped himself off as well as other people. There's a scene in the film, like I mentioned in my Avatar review, where the score sounds identical to the score from a movie called Glory back from 1989, starring Matthew Broderick and Denzel Washington, who won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. There's a scene in this film where Jake is flying for the first time, where the reoccurring theme that plays is the same identical theme, only different instrument, but the same theme that was used in that film, Glory. So my 2 picks will have to be either Hans Zimmer for Sherlock Holmes or Michael Giacchino for Up, because I love both of the scores. Michael Giacchino deserves some respect because he is going to be a very, very promising composer, and Hans Zimmer, I was very surprised that Hans Zimmer composed that because it didn't sound like him at times. But it was a very awesome score overall. Their pick could very well be Michael Giacchino himself for Up, because he's already won the Golden Globe and quite a few awards for Up. And he, like I said, he is a great, great composer. I would hire him as my regular if I were to become a director, just like, you know, Steven Spielberg is, John Williams is Steven Spielberg's regular. He is great. I loved all his work up until now, and I'm looking forward to what he's going to do, and I definitely do think that Giacchino is going to win the Oscar. And last but not least for today is Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role. Best Actress. Wow. Nominees are Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side, Helen Mirren for The Last Station, Carey Mulligan for An Education, Gabourey Sidibe for Precious, and Meryl Streep for Julie and Julia. Gabourey Sidibe is like the Ellen Page of this year. You know how Ellen Page was nominated for Juno. Gabourey, even though she was a great actress, she needs more oomph. She needs a bigger career run. Meryl Streep has been nominated too many damn times. I mean, come on. And out of all these, of course, I think I'm just simply gonna have to say that Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side is my pick, and most likely the one who's going to win, because she's already won plenty of awards, Golden Globe, SAG, a lot. So, and you know, she's a veteran actress. She's one of those, you know, actors and actresses combined where that have had a very long career run, and we all know her, we all love her. It's time to give her an Oscar, and there you go. And you know, I'm looking forward to seeing some more bigger roles for her. But this is that moment where it's like her time of reckoning, and I really do think she deserves an Oscar for Girl Gods. So that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more episodes on my coverage of the 82nd Academy Awards until we count down to March 7th. I can't wait. I seriously cannot wait. The Oscars are going to be big this year. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.